Proportional Relationships, Lesson 6 Notes. Example number 1. Ryan is running on a treadmill. The graph below shows the proportional relationship between the time he has run and his distance. What is Ryan's speed as a unit rate? Find the slope of the line. Okay, so we're actually going to do this two different ways. I'm going to show you how slope and unit rate are the same thing. Okay? All right, first of all, we're going to use it finding the slope. We're going to find the slope. Okay? So remember, slope is y2. Let's write it up here. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's pick 2 points on this graph. Okay, we want to pick points that go through the intersection of 2 grid lines. So let's pick this point here, and that point is 10, 1. And let's pick this point right here. By the way, the lines at the bottom are going by 2s, so that's 2. Then this line here would be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So between 18 and 22 would be 20. So this would be 20 and 2. So we're going to use those 2 points. Let's call this x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope. By the way, put a line down the middle because we're doing this 2 different ways. The first way we're doing is finding the slope. Right? All right, the slope, y2 is 2. y1 is 1, so 2, and then put a minus. y1 is 1, so 1. On the bottom, it's x2 minus x1. x2, which is 20, minus x1, which is 10. All right. So I have 2 minus 1 over 20 minus 10. And this time we actually want to leave it as the 0.1 because we want it as a unit. It says what is his unit rate. So we're going to leave it as 0.1. But we're going to put the 1/10 down first. So simplified, that would be 1/10, which is the same as 0.1. Okay? Because that would be 1 mile in 10 minutes. 1 mile in 10 minutes. The other way we're going to do that is using rate and unit rate. Now remember, when you set up a rate, it is going to be the y value over the x value. It's going to be y over x. When you set up rates, it's going to be y over x. In this particular problem, it's going to be miles over minutes. For this particular problem, it's going to be miles over minutes. Okay, so for the slope, for the rate, I'm going to pick a point. Let's pick this point here. So that would be 2 miles and 20 minutes. So my rate is 2 miles over 20 minutes. Remember, to go from a rate to unit rate, you divide. Rate to unit rate, you divide. So it's simply 2 divided by 20, which is 0.1. So my unit rate is 0.1 miles per minute. 0.1 miles per minute. So my final answer for this problem is Ryan's speed is 0.1 miles per minute. Pause your video and get all of that written down. Okay, now, I'm going to be honest with you. You could do this either way. You could find this point, pick 2 points, find the slope, or you could simply pick 1 point, set up the rate, and divide it to find the unit rate. And in my personal opinion, I think it is easier to do it this way right here. My personal opinion, it is easier to do it this way, finding a rate than the unit rate. So maybe put a star on both sides of those, because that's my suggestion. There's going to be a problem on the worksheet that looks just like this. I would set it up this way. Okay? Also, be very careful. I've had people put 20 over 2 and then tell me that a person ran 10 miles in 1 minute. Use your common sense there. It is not possible to run 10 miles in 1 minute, so please use some common sense when you're doing these problems. All right, if you have any questions on example number 1, please let me know.